Saturday night at Oswego Speedway was brought to you by C's Beverage Center, as well as Days Inn and Travelodge. And first up on the docket was the Pathfinder Bank SBS Series with Mark Castiglia and J.J. Andrews up there in row number 1. And early on, it was Castiglia charging out in front, looking for win number 3 on the season, as Kreig Heroth makes some moves on the bottom side of the speedway. Further back, Josh Kerr and rookie Anthony Lacerdo, actually both drivers rookies coming into this season, they get together going into corner number 1 to bring out the caution flag. After the restart, Kreig Heroth and the Doug Soucy-owned car number 04, he was the car on the move, making his way to the inside of Andrews into the runner-up spot, and it wouldn't take long for Heroth then to close in on the back bumper of Castiglia, coming out of corner number 2 as he dives to the inside in corner number 3 to take the top spot, looking for his first Pathfinder Bank SBS win of the season. Andrews would slip back to third, battling here with Jack Patrick in car number 9, but the other battle on the speedway was for the championship. Mike Bond and Andrew Schartner going at it. Heroth rides third in the championship standings, of course, out in front of this one. A few laps later, Barry Kingsley trying to work to the inside of John Tesserario loses the handle. Dalton Doyle, Brad Haynes, and Rob Pullen were slightly involved as well. Kingsley, of course, joining Team Tap Out for the remainder of the season. His teammate, J.J. Andrews, forced pit side under this caution. He would have to give up his third place position. As the field got back underway, Castiglia was all over the back bumper of the 04 of Heroth, trying to look to the low side, but Heroth was doing a good job of protecting that spot. Later, coming out of corner number 4, FFB teammates Cameron Rowe and Tim Barbeau get together out of corner number 4. That would end the day for each driver, finishing 17th and 18th in the final rundown. As the laps continued to wear on, Russ Brown was back in the field, and how cool it was to see he and Mike Bond doing battle behind Andrew Schartner, the two winningest drivers in the division, going back at it once again just weeks before Classic Weekend. But up front in this one, it was all Kreig Heroth driving that red number 04. He would get his first Pathfinder Bank SBS Series win of 2012, cutting the point deficit now down to just 10 points behind Mike Bond. Heroth now moves up into the runner-up position in the series standings. He talked to Danny Johnson and Chris Nelson Insurance, Victory Lane.
Boy, it's nice to be back here. We've been pretty consistent all year long. I've been trying so hard to get these guys in Victory Lane all year long. It's really tough coming from the back every week, but the 5th spot kind of helped us out tonight because we had the blown motor a couple weeks ago that's what gave us the handicap. But man, I can't thank my guys enough. Doug Soucy giving me opportunity. Dad for getting us back out here with new Finger Lake smoke under the hood. Patrick, Jim, my wife, Danny, my mom, all the guys, Joan, Soucy, everybody that's involved. It's for them, not for me. I don't know if I was going to be able to hold on. I know they were on me pretty hard. I kind of take that scoreboard for granted. Tonight I really wish it was there, but man, I just got to thank everybody. Doug's Auto Advantage, Ray Hedger. In this division, I would drive nothing else but a Ray Hedger fabrication car. Finger Lakes, Napa, Johnstown, G&G Oil and Fuel. Man, I could go all night.
No, he was running a good race. He was protecting his line, and I didn't dare try the outside. I figured Jack or Mike were there, and I just tried following him. We had a little motor issues tonight, down on power, but can't complain with second.
Yeah, they got together there towards the end, and I got outside Mark, and I thought that was going to be my chance, but the yellow come out at the wrong time. But we had a good run tonight. We had a good car. I've been trying to get the car right all year long. Of course, we've been getting into jingles all year long, and it's just been tough. And finally tonight, we got the car running good again, and I thought tonight was going to be my night, but I guess the fastest car didn't win tonight, but maybe next time.
As we mentioned, Heroth is now only 10 points out of the championship battle with Bond. Schartner now is third, 24, back ahead of Rob Pullen in the number 2 machine, and Jason Simmons rounding out the top 5. Oswego Speedway, home of the super modifieds known as the Steel Palace. Don't miss open-wheel racing superstars Pat Lavery, Ritskes, and Otto Sitterling as they wheel the meanest machines on the planet around the only track you can see, Oswego Speedway. Saturday, August 18th at 6:30. It's Bosco and Gears Oswego County Federal Credit Union Track Championship Night. For more information, visit OswegoSpeedway.com. Saturday, August 18th, Oswego Speedway. Kids 16 and under free with paid adults. Next up would be the 50-lap Novella Super Modified main event, and early on, Brian Sobis having issues with the number 60 machine. A fuel leak on that car would force him to have to start from the tail side of the field. Sobis, however, would do a tremendous job to battle back for yet another top 10 finish here in this one. Starting up there on row number 1, it was Brandon Bellinger in the 02 driving the backup Durant Farms racing machine, and Dave Danzer on the outside. Danzer would gain the early lead. Bellinger would ride second early on until Dave Gruel managed to work his way up into position number 2. Danzer had checked out in this one in the family-owned number 52 machine, but as you can see here, coming out of corner number 4, smoke beginning to emanate from the top of that machine, and eventually, and unfortunately for Danzer, that car would come to a stop in corner number 4 on lap number 18. That would hand the lead on over to Gruel in the Lighthouse Lanes car number 50. After the restart, Otto Sitterly in that battle for the championship with Pat Lavery. He was trying to make moves early on to slice through the field and gain as many positions on Lavery as he could, as he works to the outside here of the 01 of Danny Connors, now moving in behind the 88 of Randy Ritskes, who is giving chase to the 0 of Jared Andretti and the 24 of Jerry Curran. Car on the move further back to 99 of the Plum Crazy machine. That's the Hustler. Mike Barnes finding the inside of the speedway, first working under Connors, then pulling to the inside of Sitterly down the back straightaway. He would do this 1 or 2 times in this race, passing multiple cars in one lap, as he also manages to get to the inside of the Boomerang Bay number 0 of Andretti going into corner number 1. Ritskes now tries to work to the inside of Curran to move up into the 3rd spot. They make contact going into corner number 1. Curran would slide high, nearly touching the outside wall. A precautionary yellow would come out. Curran would get his spot back on the racetrack. And after the restart, Ritskes would waste no time at all this time, working to the inside, going down the back straightaway into corner number 3. This time he makes the move stick. Ritskes is up into 3rd. Barnes in the 99 next moves into the back bumper. He goes to the inside and takes over that spot. Sitterly would eventually do the same as well in car number 7. Further on back, a tremendous battle between Michael Muldoon, Sean Goslin, Joe Gosick, and Pat Lavery. Gosick to the outside just barely touches the right rear of the Muldoon number 50M. He and Muldoon and Joey Payne would then all get together up there. Cody Graham spun as well. And that would end the day for Muldoon and Gosick. Payne would get his spot back in the order. Late in this one, Randy Ritskes makes the inside move on Bellinger. They both slide up the racetrack again. Barnes able to take multiple cars in one lap. He is now up into the runner-up spot. Well, Bellinger battling back there in 4th gets a touch loose out of corner number 2. Sitterly in the 7 makes contact with the back bumper. Nowhere to go for the 7 car. Bellinger gets sideways, spins down the back straightaway. He would end up with a 14th place finish. On the restart after that one, Mike Barnes started all the way back in position number 16. He is your new race leader with under 10 laps to go on the restart. Barnes would check out in front, and he would go on to his 2nd Novella's Super Modified win of 2012 behind the wheel of the Pat and Terry Strong owned car number 99. Gruel would hang on for 2nd over Randy Ritskes, Otto Sitterly, and Lavery in the championship battle. They stick together in the top 5. Danny Connors Jr., Sean Goslin, Joey Payne, Brian Sobis, and Jared Andretti would round out the top 10. And checking back in the online records through 2005, it is believed this is the furthest a driver has come to win a Novella Super Modified feature event at least since 2005.
We're a little tight, which usually works out pretty good for the feature run. So, we got hooked up and we just kept digging. It's really tough to start all the way that far back. I mean, this is by far, I think, the best race I've ever had up here. This is definitely the biggest win. I mean, if you can start that far back now and win here with all these guys, I mean, 5 years ago when I won some races up here, it was a lot easier. Now, I mean, it's just anybody can win. Pat and Terry put a good piece under me, and I'll tell you right now, they might want to worry about $150 shocks because there's nothing fancy on this car. This is a pretty basic car. It doesn't have a lot of the technology a lot of the other guys got. And, we show that a lot of hard work, and you keep digging and you keep racing hard and, you can get your way to the front.
Yeah, I think our car went away a little bit at the end, and 99 got a little bit quicker then. So we're usually in the reverse position, sitting here talking to you in victory lane, but tonight we had to settle for 2nd, so can't complain, and get a little bit quicker for next week and give them hell.
It's a big improvement over last week. Last week we were a back marker, so we're very happy. Joe Hawksby helped us out a lot this week, setting up the car and doing some minor changes, and it showed tonight. It was a good car. We've got to go a little bit faster if we're going to get the 99. He was very impressive.
For Barnes, it was his 5th career Novella Supermodified main event win, tying him with all-time greats Sammy Sessions, Jimmy Wakes, Dave Schulich Sr., and Russ Wood. Taking a look now at the Novella Supermodified Series standings, and Sitterly has just an 11-point lead on Pat Lavery in the battle for the 2012 Novella Supermodified Oswego Speedway Track Championship.
Ready for a night out on the town? Tonight, try something different. Lighthouse Lanes in Oswego, a family-friendly recreational facility. You won't miss a minute of the action. You can enjoy wings, burgers, pizza, and more right at your laneside table. Stop by for an evening of cosmic bowling. Catch all of your favorite games on our big screen TVs. Plan your next party. We have room for up to 150 people. It's family-friendly fun for all ages. Lighthouse Lanes in Oswego, Route 104, next to the Speedway.
This coming Saturday at Oswego Speedway, it is Bosco and Gears Oswego County Federal Credit Union Track Championship night at the Steel Palace. Of course, Otto Sitterly leads Pat Lavery by only 11 points. Mike Bond over Kreig Heroth by just 10 markers. It all comes down to this. This Saturday night, racing starts at 6:30, and once again, you can get your tickets at Price Chopper Supermarkets.